Well, we apologise that we're unable to bring you this game live, but it is going to be Australia against Great Britain. Great Britain have won the Sultan of Johor Cup 3 times. Australia have won it twice. And Great Britain throw the ball long straight away. And again, I cannot offer my apologies enough, but just had a problem with some of the wiring, and we'll try and find out what exactly happened later. So Great Britain in the red. The only team here that will not be playing at the Junior World Cup. Thrown over the head there by Rory Penrose, who was here last year. Took a touch off Brodie Foster's stick, back to Penrose. Square to Max Anderson, who's captain this time around. And just running out of space on the far side was Ellis Robson. Another of those from last year. Cam Geddes will play it in from the side. Free hit goes the way of Lachlan Rogers. Comes wide now. Trying to just dink that one past. His opponent was Angus Adamson. Good work being done there by Liam Henderson. Brought down wide on the left-hand side by Australia. Floodlights coming on, I'm pleased to say. Good work by Max Friedman. Good defence by Great Britain. Good indoor tackle right on the edge of the circle by Tom Morehouse. So carrying it out of defence is Penrose again. Australians just having to cover across. Craig Murray. Just losing that one as he tried to cut infield was Brodie Foster. Good run up the sideline from Nia Roberts-Campbell. Slipping is Ellis Robson, so Australia get the ball forward, and Foster was making a run, but the angle just a little bit too acute for him to be able to get on the end of that one. So it's looking fairly congested at the moment in the midfield, but Monteneve goes back to Penrose for Great Britain. Great Britain trying to use the width, but intercepted again by Australia, carried forward. Good receive and carry, that time coming from Henderson. In fact, it wasn't Henderson, it was Nathan Zinner. Free hit goes Australia's way, taken quickly by Cooper Burns. Good tackle. Cooper Burns, live wire in the forward line. And it's formed a pretty handy partnership with Craig Murray. Zinner now from the side. Throws the aerial across the field of play. Taylor plays it square at the back. Campbell Geddes. That's a great pass into the circle, across the face of goal. Tried to deflect it towards goal. Again, it was good from Cooper Burns. Got low down with the tomahawk. Great Britain ringing the changes down below us. I have to say the temperature's dropped quite a bit since the opening game. Still fairly humid, but it was extremely hot in that first game. Comes wide now to Tom Speckley, helps it out to Nick Nurse. Nurse plays it down the line. Trying to cut infield was Tom Morehouse. He'll win a free hit for Great Britain. Morehouse again. Heavy touch though. Australia come up with possession. Foster should keep that in play. Full stretch, had to, and then just tipped over the side by Speckley. Tom Speckley, who moved to Cambridge City at the age of 17 just to see if he could go any higher in the game. And here he is playing for Great Britain under 21s. Geddes down the line he went. It was a good ball infield from Noah Fay. Great Britain moving the ball well. Anderson. That should be kept in play, and it is. Well, there's plenty of noise down at pitch side. Square it goes again from Nick Nurse. Monty Neve down the line, deflected off Brodie Foster's stick, kept in play, no. It's just gone out, so it'll be Great Britain ball just inside Australia's half. Nick Nurse again. That should be intercepted, and it is. Well, was that an obstruction? It's given against Australia's Will Matheson. I have to say, I thought there that maybe Lewis Wiltshire just ran across the line of Matheson as he was trying to get inside the circle. Comes wide again, Ellis Robson. Tries to play it down the line, but nobody's in that space. So Australia's ball now from a 16 at the back. High press coming from Great Britain. Thrown down the line and over the side. Wide again from Penrose. Well, again, that was thrown at the air. Brodie Foster was right next to the play and had to turn, it looked, to avoid getting hit. And the question is that danger? Great steal by Great Britain. And that's a clever pass, but it was probably too disguised. Morehouse trying to play it out to Nick Nurse. And I'm not sure Nurse would have seen it till fairly late because there were two Australian players in his line of vision. Fay, good anticipation from him. Driving through the midfield. Was he blocked? Yes, he was. So leaves the ball behind. Nathan Zinner over it now for Australia. Taylor had to stretch for that, and it's broken kindly. Good recovery. Zinner coming back, taking away from Morehouse. Out wide it goes now from Dylan Downey. Again, good covering defence from Lewis Wiltshire. Speckley. Again, it goes wide on the right-hand side from Ellis Robson. Great Britain play it down the line, but there's nobody in that space again. So I've seen that on the left and the right-hand side when they've played it down the line. Nobody's been in that channel. Fay did manage to find the foot. Thought he did. Just the whistle a little bit slow coming. Jacob Payton, I think, thought he'd got away with it. Wide it goes from Downey. And the twins combine, the Adamson twins. That's a super pass forward as well to find Chappell. Chappell penalised though, and I think he thought about questioning the umpire. I can tell you who the umpires are for this game as well. With the technical difficulties, I forgot. Khalid Hussain from Hong Kong and Mohit from India. Well, coming together there. Michael Taylor's come better off. He kept possession, but down the line it goes again. And this time it's Australia who have nobody down there. Monteneve. Square again in the defensive line. Penrose. Short pass is a good one, managing to find Wiltshire, but Wiltshire closed down. 4 minutes left now in the first quarter. Tom Sprakeley. Went back and good work Monteneve. Good pass as well to find Wiltshire. But again a mix-up. So the connection's not quite happening yet for Great Britain. Carried out of the defensive line. Wiltshire dispossessed. That was a good steal coming that time from Craig Murray. Good skills as well from Anderson. Anderson doing really well. Max Anderson, the Irishman, hails from Cookstown in Belfast. And Max Anderson will remember this tournament. He was the most promising player in 2022. It's gone off the stick of Ali Douglas, a Scotsman in the side, along with his brother, who's in goal. Callum. Carried forward now by Australia's Dylan Downey. Played the pass out onto the left-hand side. Just taken away that time. Be a long corner for Australia. Under 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Comes to Geddes. Wide to Fay. Geddes again. Sliding that one in. Foster, lovely little tuck behind him, but wasn't able to find a teammate. Downey, though, with a really well-directed pass to the edge of the circle. Geddes sweeps it out to the left-hand side now for Australia as they continue to try and attack. Now it's Murray. Murray along the baseline. Murray looks to lay it back. There's the first goal. And it's Brodie Foster who's on the end of it. Great work by Craig Murray. Brodie Foster, though, finishes it off with just 2 minutes left in the first half. Brodie Foster likes to score, and he's got his confidence, will be up with that one. But Craig Murray, really the architect of that goal. Man from Southern United Hockey Club in Melbourne. As part of the Australian development squad, though, playing now in Perth for Old Guildford Mundaring Hockey Club. Under the guidance of Chris Sorello, the former Kookaburra. So Great Britain going to have to come from behind. Throw to the air, Fade as well, top of the circle. Feeds it forward now to Nathan Zinner. Zinner looking to give it back to Fay, who'd really put the hard yards in to get up alongside him. Great Britain still. And that's a good pass, a good touch by Fay, though, coming back, preventing the pass, finding its target, which was Harrison Stone. And that's off the foot. And Nathan Zinner doing very well, and then when the whistle didn't come, I was a little bit worried it wasn't going to come. So there will be probably just time to take this free hit, and then it'll be time to head in to the first break. Australia with the lead. Throw to the air, and Foster couldn't keep that one in play. Apologises to his teammates. So again, out wide, 10 seconds left in this first quarter. Penrose plays it out to the side. Stone was the target, but it's going to run away. Fay slips, recovers well, got up very quickly. Takes it into the corner, and there goes the hooter for the end of the first quarter. And it's been Great Britain with plenty of possession, but mainly in their own half. But importantly, it is Australia with the opening goal. Good work by Craig Murray along the baseline, setting up Brodie Foster in the 13th minute. So at the first break, it's Australia 1, Great Britain 0. Welcome back to the Tamandaya Stadium, where Great Britain have broken up from their quarter-time team talk and make their way back out. Australia, well, they're just hearing some final words from Jay Stacey, their head coach. I can tell you the last time these two met outside of the Sultan of Johor Cup, from what I could find, was back in 2013 at the Youth Olympic Games. And I can tell you Jay Stacey was the coach. Matthew Wells, who is assisting Jay here, was the team manager, and Australia won 5-4 after extra time. That, of course, though, was not an 11-a-side fixture. Great steal there by Chappell. Goes infield. That had a bit of zip on it, brought under control well by Henderson. Back to Chappell, looking to feed Henderson again. Good defence, though, from Morehouse. Adamson comes across. Downey feeding it down the line. Fay goes back to Downey again. Henderson getting into space, making himself available. Really good movement as Geddes received the ball. Henderson was already in position. Great Britain now trying to carry it out of defence. Nick Nurse held up on halfway. Wiltshire plays it across, but again there is nobody in that space for Great Britain. So it will be a ball from the side for Australia. And that's stolen well, but well, he tried to almost go on his own, and then the ball just ran away. That was Johnny Sturch-Hibbert. Good work again by Zinner. Pulling wide and making himself available. Max Friedman, but the ball was just too far away from him, from Adamson. Space for Morehouse. Short pass goes to the defensive line. It was via Wiltshire. Morehouse first times it. Collected well by Payton. Payton feeds it wide now. Great Britain advancing into the circle. They go, look to lay it back to Peyton. And unfortunately, Peyton at full tilt just lifted it up as he was running into the circle. Jacob Peyton, a product of Cheltenham Hockey Club in Gloucestershire. So Australia back with possession now. Comes wide this time to Michael Taylor. Fay on the overlap. Looks to cut in. Beats one. Squared it to the top of the circle, but Wiltshire was there. Lewis Wiltshire. Good steal that time from Angus Adamson. Trying to get inside the circle. Cooper Burns, he's done well. Across the face of goal. Foster is there again. And this time it's Cooper Burns who sets him up. So 2-0 to Australia. Foster gets his second. And Brodie Foster is a big unit. And when he gets ahead of you as a defender, it's very, very hard to step ahead. So 18 minutes gone, and it is Australia 2, Great Britain 0. So a really good start by the Australian team. And Great Britain, well, John Bleeby, their coach, loves coming to Johor and feels it's a great place for them to learn, playing in conditions that will be unlike any that most of these players have played in before. Although quite a few of this team were here last year with Great Britain. Good work by Nick Nurse. Nurse went down the line. Good defence this time, top of the circle coming from Taylor. Taylor doing very well. And, well, that one just got underneath that one. Unfortunately, Liam Henderson turned it over. It just got caught in his stick as he just tried to play a delicate little flick inside. Spreckley. Anderson again. Wiltshire surrounded by yellow shirts, or gold shirts, I should say. Plenty of talk coming from the Australian bench as it comes to Spreckley again. Feeds it infield this time to Hewson. Hewson goes square. And Australia's forwards and midfield working really well at the moment, not allowing Great Britain to get out. They've now got it past the first line. Good work being done this time by Ted Graves. Graves plays it down the line. Looking to cut infield, but numbers there for Australia, and they clean up again at the back. Holding it up is Rogers. Good stick work by Rogers. Played it back, but over the side it goes off the stick of Ali Douglas. Taylor again. To Geddes. Taylor. Infield it goes. Wiltshire, good pass by him to pick out Peyton. Geddes again cleaning up at the back. That just caught the foot of Henderson. So Great Britain free hit. Peyton decides to leave it. Coming off the bench is Morehouse. Threw it to the edge of the circle. Never really, I think, got the connection he was hoping for with that pass. Murray feeding it down the line. Good work being done by Rogers. Rogers goes infield to Henderson. Henderson over the 23, just checks back now. Goes short pass to the advancing Australian player, and I think it was Murray that was coming through. Now, it was actually Chappell that was bursting through. Great Britain have it, but they've now got to get it out off their baseline. Right in the corner. Work being done again by Tom Morehouse. He's turned it over. Henderson. Henderson drives for the baseline, looks for the foot, found it. So free hit just outside the circle. So Henderson over the ball for Australia. Plays it back to Taylor, to Geddes. Geddes looks to feed it to the top of the circle, and it was, well, was there a touch? There was, so off the Great Britain player. Good dummy by Chappell. Square this time from Will Matheson. Into the circle, off the pads of the keeper. That's Callum Douglas with a good clearance. It was a good shimmy. Somehow, Nye Roberts-Campbell kept possession. Geddes was already eyeing what was available before he received the ball. Found Henderson. Nye Roberts-Campbell has to check back. Got the ball under control. Infielder Henderson, who plays it first time and didn't really look that time. And I should apologise because Great Britain have rotated their goalkeepers. It's actually James Carlton in goal. Both goalkeepers wearing the red pads, though. That's what threw me. Both goalkeepers 17 years of age. Douglas from Scotland. Carlton from England. Plays his hockey for the Guildford Hockey Club. Australia picking up possession just inside their own half, and that was deflected up into the body though, but play on was the call, and Friedman says thank you very much. Tried to square it top of the circle. Good defence though, Great Britain, and they get the chance to carry the ball out. But Australia recover well, and so forced back is Ted Graves. Graves to Spreckley. Spreckley again in turn to Penrose. And they try down the right-hand side. Good covering defence that time from Dylan Downey. And as I was saying, it was cooling down. The humidity level seems to have suddenly lifted a notch. Wide again to Nick Nurse. Nurse manages to turn and get away from Hamish Adamson. Fed it forward as well to Sturch Hibbert, who got it inside the circle. Good cleaning up again at the back from Australia, and in particular, Lachlan Rogers. There's plenty of space now. And able to carry it forward again is Nye Roberts-Campbell. Just check back. Zinner to Fay. Downey helps it out wide. Australia using the width, but this time they play it down the line and there's nobody in that channel. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Australia leading by 2-0. Wiltshire had to turn under pressure, got the pass away, but stolen, and what a clever pass that was coming from Dermot Chappell. Here's a great chance. Good defence, though, coming back. That was really good defence from Max Anderson, the captain. He's really leading by example. So comes wide again to Nick Nurse. And that's a heavy touch this time from the captain, Anderson. Uses it to his advantage, though. Beats 2 Australians. One recovers and gets goal side again. And then coming back to help out is Hamish Adamson. Hamish Adamson and his twin brother Angus out there. I can tell you Angus is apparently a couple of minutes younger. So Hamish the older. Picked up well by Great Britain. A chance for Payton, who's been lively. Gets a good pass. Oh, off target on the turn. Well, it was a great pass and a really good opportunity falling to Harry Markham. And Markham, that's almost the first touch we've seen him have. And it could have been a great one. Harry Markham, nicknamed the Marksman. Here he is on the ball again. And Brodie Foster wanting to give him a nice big hug. And Foster is going to get 2 minutes on the side for that show of affection. So Australia are down to 10. Is this the moment where Great Britain pull a goal back, where they have a player advantage? Certainly there's plenty of talk down there. Penrose just telling the man ahead of him to just push up the sideline. But they've gone down the right-hand side this time. Wiltshire got a deflection. Monteneave was the player that had been told to make the run forward by Penrose. But unfortunately the ball went the other side. Great Britain though on the attack again. Wiltshire into the circle. That's a super pass by Lewis Wiltshire. And Great Britain feel they should have had a penalty corner. Certainly I thought Stone was stick-checked initially. And they may feel a little hard done by. Rogers, though, holds the ball up on halfway for Australia. Geddes, again, into the midfield to Nathan Zinner. Angus Adamson feeding it forward, and now there's a chance for Craig Murray to cut in from the right-hand side. And well, he thought he'd won a penalty corner. The umpire saying he was out of play. Australia on the advance again. Great pass across field. Looking to feed it back. Well, you wonder why Matheson didn't have a pop himself. Carried into the circle. Tried to be unselfish and feed it down to a very congested left-hand side. So long corner to Australia. Just under 2 minutes left in the first half. Goes back to Fay. Campbell Geddes. Deflected by Murray. And almost a very good deflection, but again, just the angle not quite right. Matheson was in there or thereabouts, and you just feel it's only a matter of time before he does get his opportunity. Matheson wins the free hit for Australia. Good work that time coming from Angus Adamson. Feeding it forward this time to Cooper Burns. Burns turns one. Aims to get into the circle. Has done brilliantly. Looks for a foot. Did he find the foot? No, it's a long corner. Geddes now. Needs to get it in quickly. There's a deflection there, but it's outside the circle. I think you're saying there maybe, and Nathan Zinner was saying it was off the GB stick, but certainly he was the only one that was complaining. Spreckley. Infield he goes. Good pass to pick out Graves. Graves forced on an angle across the pitch. Great Britain win it back on halfway and then lose it. Pressure put on Hewson. Good pass again from Henderson. And nobody in that space waiting for the movement. You could see what was intended. Nathan Zinner making the pass. And that is the end of the first half. And Great Britain have been really pegged inside their own half for most of it. Brodie Foster has 2 goals, one set up by Craig Murray, the other by Cooper Burns. And that means that we head into half-time, and it is Australia 2, Great Britain 0.
Hi, I'm Benji Austin. I played Sultan Johor Cup in 2014. Tune into YouTube to watch the live action.
Welcome back to the Tamandaya Hockey Stadium. The halftime break about to come to an end. And once again, we apologise that we've not been able to bring you this live as intended. And if I told you someone tripped over the cables and pulled out the wires, you wouldn't believe it, but that is actually what happened as Great Britain make their way out for the second half. Great Britain, well, they've played this is their 9th appearance at the Sultan of Johor Cup. Australia, this is their 10th, and between them they've won 5 titles. So not bad performances by both teams, and I can tell you they've played each other here 7 times, and Great Britain has won 3, Australia 2, and they've drawn 2. So read into that what you may. Great Britain have kept a clean sheet only once, and Australia have never kept a clean sheet. So they have not let any goals in as yet, but we will wait and see as to whether that is the case at the end of the game. Callum Douglas is making his way back down to the other end. He will be in goal for the second half, and I'm sure that they will rotate the goalkeepers again in this last quarter. Still waiting for the Australians. They're down below us in that huddle, you can see. And they've still got time. There's still a minute of this break before they have to come out. Way back in 2014, their first meeting here at the Sultan of Johor Cup, it was Great Britain 5, Australia 1. And then since then, they've met in the pool games and also in the final. Australia had their first win against Great Britain. That was in 2017. So Max Larkin makes his way back down to his goal, just getting a hurry on as there's 30 seconds before the restart. Hunter Banyard is the other Australian goalkeeper. Banyard, who replaced Ollie Higgins, who was the goalkeeper last year. Higgins, unfortunately, picking up an injury at training, and so had to withdraw from the squad. But it's a great opportunity for another talented Western Australian goalkeeper in Hunter Banyard, who has really made great leaps. He was the West Australian Goalkeeper of the Year this year. So Australia get us underway, looking to add to their score and no doubt keep their first clean sheet against Great Britain here at the Sultan of Johor Cup. Well, I said that. Actually, they did keep a clean sheet in that final in 2017. It was 2-0, so it would be their second. Nice turn again from Craig Murray. Murray, the only player who's in the senior squad for Australia, wins a free hit just outside the circle. Comes back to him now, has gone the 5 metres. Penrose comes out. Thought he'd got away with that one, but then a late whistle. Murray again. He's going to have to come back to Angus Adamson. Geddes plays it square. Downey back to Geddes. Nice turn again from Henderson. Feeds it into the circle. Oh, and a swing and a miss, unfortunately, from Murray that time. But Liam Henderson doing really well with his passing, picking out players. Henderson was involved last year and had a very good tournament then, but he's obviously looking to step up with World Cup selection on the cards. Good running towards the circle. Stolen just outside, and Great Britain appealed again. Harry Markham, who's already shown that he is a live wire. I have to say, one of my spies at Oxford Hawks said that he is a player to look out for, knows how to score. Wiltshire. Stolen, though, again in the midfield by Australia. Nice little weave to cut infield that time from Max Friedman. Adamson feeds it to Henderson again. Geddes, short pass, comes wide to Adamson again. Lovely little pass by him. Manages to find Rogers. Rogers into the circle. Rogers advances on goals off the pads. A great save there. Well, that was a superb save to deny a goal to Cooper Burns. So Callum Douglas with a great save to keep his side in it at 2-0. 3-0, you just might have seen the shoulders just drop a little bit, but that save was very important. I think the umpire's not happy with one of the balls. He's told them to get rid of it, so whether it's split, I'm not sure. Don't see that too often. Great Britain again. Spreckley looks to carry it out. He's tried to play the pass. It's helped out, though, defensively, and he'll be breathing a sigh of relief. Morehouse was trying to cut infield again. Played back this time by Monteneve. Penrose again. Looks to flick it back to Neve. Back with Australia, and rather heavy touch that time coming from Matheson. So ball from the side will be played in by Max Anderson. Nice turn that time from Graves. Graves beats one, slides it on the outside. Good pass to pick out Neve. Cross the goal it goes. Well, that was a good build-up by Great Britain. Trying to get on the end of it inside the circle was Felix Tully. Great Britain got one back, it would surely lift their confidence. And it would be interesting to see how Australia react, because they were well on top in the first half. Hamish Adamson trying to turn there. Gets penalised. Playing on quickly that time is Ali Douglas, the Scotsman. Probably lucky in their family that his brother was a goalkeeper. I'm sure, seeing as Ali's the elder of the two, he probably told his brother, "You're going in goal and I'm going to hit shots at you." Played forward but well read again. Stepping out was Hamish Adamson. Adamson looks to feed it forward. This time it was good defence, but didn't manage to get the ball, and into the circle goes Chappell. And Chappell makes it 3 for Australia. As easy as that. Australia step out, play the ball forward. Unfortunately for Great Britain, they stepped out, didn't get the ball. Chappell advanced into the circle, shoots and gets his first goal here at the Sultan of Johor Cup. they'll be happy in Queensland because that is where Dermot Chappell comes from. And Australia now have a 3-0 lead. 2015, these two played a 4-all draw. Australia's most goals in a game has been 3 apart from that one, where they've had a victory, and that was 3-1 last year. So any more goals today, it will be their most goals apart from that draw if they go on to win. Their biggest victory against Great Britain at the Sultan Johor Cup. And just looking down at Jay Stacey down below, he's given the thumbs up, but I'm sure he will want them to keep applying this intensity and pressure. Matheson again, holding the ball up well. Geddes now. Comes wide again. Into the circle, good defence this time from Great Britain. So it'll be a ball from the side for Great Britain. Held up there by Hewson, comes wide in the end to Penrose. Back to Hewson again. And once again, it's Australia's midfield and the forward line working really hard to limit the options. Henderson now for Australia. Looked to just push that one past Wiltshire, didn't manage to do so though. And now it's Stone feeding it again into the path of Markham. Markham just got underneath that one. So Australia with the ball again. Nye Roberts-Campbell. Over the side it goes. Wiltshire brought that one down well on the reverse stick. Good pass forward, finding Graves. Down the line again. Neve just couldn't keep it in play though. I can tell you we've got the South African team sitting alongside us watching today. They'll play their first game tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock against Germany, who have only contested the Sultan Johor Cup once in 2012 and went home with it. So they're hoping to make it 2 from 2. Here come Australia into the circle again, squared across the face of goal, and a really great opportunity. But unfortunately, the man usually with the Midas touch just couldn't get the touch that time, and that's Cooper Burns. Brought down by Taylor. Infield it goes again. Friedman loses out. Great break forward now from Sturch Hibbert. Sturch Hibbert driving through the middle. Into the circle he goes. Shot on the turn. And smashed it into the big defender for Australia, Dylan Downey. And Downey didn't even flinch. Nice little touch. Good, well, appeals for free hit from Murray, but it's Great Britain who come up with the ball, and unfortunately for Stone, it just caught his foot. Downey just plays it simply across the back line, and he will get the ball back. Good pass forward. Really tight, the two number 7s there. That's Rogers and Morehouse. Morehouse, though, now plays the ball square, and a chance for Nurse to play it down the line. Great Britain showing a little bit more fight now. Cross the D it goes. But again, I think backstick is the call. So I think we're waiting for a ball. And the ball has just been rolled on behind the umpire, who's just seen it. I'm just wondering, there is a ball person over on the far side, but I think he's just run out of balls. And he was just signalling to one of his colleagues that there's a couple up in the in Great Britain half. Comes wide now. Geddes across the face of goal. That was brilliantly defended. Well, that was going across the face of goal and just helped on its way. I think that was Spreckley who got the touch. Geddes again. Plenty of space. Great Britain just sitting off. Fay helps it down the line, gets the return pass. Fay continues his run. Oh, he's caught top of the circle, wants to get inside the circle, but good defence again by Great Britain, forces him away. Adamson feeds it in again. Cross the goal it goes, and oh, Craig Murray, very acute angle after receiving the ball from Foster. Just put it the wrong side of the post. So Great Britain carried out now with just under 4 minutes left in this third quarter. Murray putting pressure on. Comes wide again to Spreckley. Short pass from him finds Neve. Neve cuts in away from Foster. Now it's Hewson. Hewson, good play by him. Driving through the middle, needs to slip it if he can. Appeals for a free hit from Great Britain, not given. Australia now get the chance to break forward themselves. That pass just turns possession back over to Great Britain and carried forward this time by Payton. But again, Australia managed to pinch it back, taking it off Felix Tully. And off Tully it goes over the side on halfway. And Liam Henderson goes off for a breather that he's thoroughly deserved. The amount of running he gets through. Now Roberts-Campbell and Zinner penalised. A little bit of frustration showing there from Tom Moorhouse. He wanted to play it quickly and the player in front of him then turned his back on him. And there is nothing more frustrating than that when you can see the pass and then the player stops looking. Oh, that was clumsy, I would say, rather than malicious from Cooper Burns. Comes back to Spreckley again. Spreckley's wide if he wants him, but he goes down on the outside, and unfortunately, Ellis Robson can't keep it in play. Thrown to the air again. Brought down by Max Anderson. Anderson, the captain, trying to spark something. Fed it forward to Stone, who was the youngest player last time around. Wide it comes again. Robson goes back infield. That's a good pass, picking out Hewson. Should be still Great Britain's ball. Pressure being applied, though, defensively by Michael Taylor. And he's done a good job as the clock counts down the final minute. You can see over on the far side the buses for the final game of day one arriving, carrying New Zealand and Malaysia. And once again, we do apologise that this game is not coming to you live. Unfortunately, somebody tripped over the cables and pulled them out, and we lost contact with the cameras. And I know it doesn't sound believable, but trust me, it is. That's what happened. Wiltshire goes back again, down the line. He got a chance to quickly go on the attack by Ted Graves. Graves feeds it to Robson. Robson loses possession. And Australia just play it up to halfway and possibly over the side, although Wiltshire keeps it in play, but to no avail because the hooter is gone. And that is the end of the third quarter. And Australia have continued their run in this match with a goal in every quarter. Dermot Chappell scoring the one in that quarter to make it 3-0 in favour of Australia going into the final break. The Great Britain players making their way out for this final 15 minutes. It's been a tough day at the office for these players tonight. And as they make their way out, I'd just like to acknowledge again our sponsors, Project Innovations. Their in-house expertise adds value to the consultant's design, and they also assist by conducting value management and risk management workshops. That's Project Innovations Pte Limited. And also Ong & Ong, excelling in infrastructure, education, commercial and high-density living. And, of course, Atlas, we've got the hockey world covered as Australia push back and get us underway. Can you believe we're entering the third quarter? No penalty corners so far in this match to either side. Probably just tells you how open the game has actually been. Nathan Zinner goes back to Downey, and across the back line it goes. Fay trying to find a way up the right-hand side. He's done very well, Noah Fay. And just losing out over the 23-metre line. Great Britain will desperately want a goal. Because also, with just two pools of four teams, goal difference could well determine where you finish, whether it's second or third and you're playing off for the lower spots or you're playing in the semi-finals. Deflected away again by Australia. If you remember last year, South Africa in their final game had the chance of playing in the final or playing off for 5th and 6th, and that was in just a 16 tournament. This year though, 8 teams and much more like the tournament play that they will have at the World Cup. So perfect preparation. Comes wide again to Spreckley. Well, I'm not sure that was what was intended by Sturch Hibbert, but he did well. And oh, just wide. Well, that was almost Payton getting the goal that they needed. Sturch Hibbert, though, did really well. If it was intended. Deflected off the stick of Hamish Adamson. And that's going to be a card as Great Britain head on. So it was a yellow card. So Australia down to 10. Great Britain managed to keep possession, comes wide this time to Neve. Played it to the top of the circle. Zinner was there to clean up though for Australia. Now this is the time where it will tell the fitness of these teams in these warm conditions, and also how much fluid they have actually taken on. Great Britain, once again, look to go searching for a consolation goal or something that may spark a bit of a comeback in this game. Penrose got into a bit of trouble, caught his foot. So Australia get the chance to play on. Friedman it was who got the yellow card. So he's still got about 3.5 minutes as Nathan Zinner plays it back to Dylan Downey. It's gone over the side that time. Fay couldn't keep it in. Great Britain take it quickly. Infield they go, looking for the return pass. In fact, it's gone a little bit wide. Oh dear, just trying to slip that one behind the back with Sturch Hibbert. As I think it was Payton had made the run round the back of him, but they've kept possession in the end. Penrose comes out to Ellis Robson. Robson had to have a second dig at it. It's being pursued by Henderson. Good pass from him, goes into Hussein, edge of the area. One battled hard, great save, and even better save. It's got caught in the pads of the Australian keeper, as certainly as Graves was about to have a second dig. But a really good save that time from Max Larkin. But it's the first penalty corner of the match, and it goes Great Britain's way. So once again, gives me the chance to acknowledge some of our sponsors. Grandwork Interiors, trusted by many well-known and established retail and commercial brands globally, with clients from more than 44 cities in 20 major countries. Grandwork Interiors, if you're able to support them, because they're supporting us, we would appreciate it. So, making his way to the baseline to inject for Great Britain is Sturch Hibbert. At the second battery is Hewson. They go to the first, and it's a mistrap. Hewson will get it now. Shot on the turn, but it's off target. So the first real gilt-edged opportunity for Great Britain, and unfortunately a mistrap. It's Penrose who was the man waiting. Rory Penrose, who was called Mr. Reliable from penalty corners, but to be fair, you can't blame him. It was a mistrap, so he never got the chance. Great run out of defence from Australia. Good work again coming from Michael Taylor. Now it's Cooper Burns. Burns, two players around him. Great stick work by the Colin Batch Award winner in 2023, which is the top goal scorer in Victoria. Colin Batch, of course, the coach of the Australian Kookaburras these days, and I'm sure these players are hoping they can impress him, and who knows, they might get in the squad and Paris 2024. Well, Dylan Martin did it 4 years ago. Oh, and a mistrap at the back again, scurrying to keep it in play. He's done well to do so, Max Anderson. And then if you could have seen the grimace on his own face at the annoyance that he'd mistrapped that. Robson, well, that was tired. It was a little bit far ahead of him, but just this hot, tired hand went out with his stick, as if to say, oh, please just stop it. So Australia go to the air, brought down brilliantly by Craig Murray. And just a bump from Anderson. Murray is going to get inside the circle, looking to try and feed a teammate, gets to the baseline, along the baseline, Murray feeds it back. It's going to break kindly. Good defense again, and in the end, it was a pass coming in from Rogers. Couldn't find a teammate and cleaned up by Morehouse. So Great Britain with a free hit. We're approaching the halfway stage of this final quarter. You'd have to say unlikely that Great Britain are going to get something out of this game, but if they can get a goal quickly, Wiltshire mistrapped by him this time. And again, Cooper Burns, just a gentle little push into the path of Matheson. Great Britain take it over the side. And again, it's Australia now moving the ball and making a tired Great Britain work. Adamson comes infield again. Will it be kept in play? It was. Oh, very good job done there that time by Will Matheson. Matheson's going to take a breather as Brodie Foster jogs onto the field. So over the ball for Australia, Angus Adamson. Taylor back to Adamson. Oh, Fay almost deflected that well, but it was a hard ball from Rogers. Lewis Wiltshire goes infield again to the tireless Max Anderson. In fact, it's Markham. And Markham is a big man, and he fairly went into Henderson and let him know he was around. Great Britain trying to find a way through the midfield into the circle it goes. Oh, just, yeah, it's lifted up though off an Australian stick, so it is still with Great Britain. Thought it was going to be a great chance for them to get forward and get a shot at goal. And it's brought down now. Good work by Nick Nurse across the face of goal, and penalty corner to Great Britain. So they've got a second bite of the cherry. Can they get a goal here? Mistrap last time. And I will say, though, that the mistrap the last time, I've been talking to a few of the coaches, and they're saying that penalty corners at this end of the pitch where Great Britain are now are in fact quite difficult, that there appears to be a little bit of a dent in the pitch, so it just bobbles probably about a foot or so before it gets to you to trap. So we'll give the players a little bit of leeway. It's trying to find that channel where, you know, there isn't that little bobble. And nobody quite sure who's going to play the ball in. Stone eventually goes down. The time is up, but the players are allowed to continue. And it's off target this time, and Hughes Markham it was, who flicked powerfully, but unfortunately it was a long way wide to the left-hand side. Hunter Banyard in goal for Australia. Would have been relieved about that. Zinner goes back to Downey. Downey had to scurry a little bit to get it under control. A little mistap by him. Zinner. Well, he's thrown it across the field of play, and it's been intercepted brilliantly, driving through the middle and gets the free hit. Good work by Ted Graves. Great Britain have taken it quickly. Wiltshire into the circle, spins, and it goes through everybody. certainly you'd say Great Britain have grown into this game. In this final quarter, they're showing a lot more than they did in that first quarter, and they will probably continue to do this during the tournament. Roberts-Campbell just pushes it forward. Nathan Zinner looking to feed it into the path of Roberts-Campbell. What a weighted pass that was. Roberts-Campbell comes back again. Goes square from Friedman. He'll get the ball back. Friedman now goes on a run. Look to cut infield. Was he impeded? Yes, he was, says the umpire. Free hit to Australia. 4 minutes remaining in this match. Comes back to Downey once more. And that one, unfortunately, bobbled and went away from Michael Taylor. So it'll be Great Britain ball inside the 23. Scurrying across is Harry Stone. Stone trying to find a way through the Australian player, getting low down and then leaning into Stone. Stone, I think, feeling a little hard done by. He's done well to win the ball back, though, for Great Britain. Into the circle they come. Over the side it goes, or is it a long corner? I think it's over the side, yep. So there'll be Morehouse to play it in. Gets past one, plays it outside the 23. Great Britain will try and shift the point of attack. Comes to Spreckley now. Spreckley helps it down the line. Chance now for Neve. Neve plays it back, and unfortunately the deflection back towards Spreckley goes over the side off the stick of Payton. Just over 2.5 minutes left. Australia will be pleased to get 3 points in the bag. Certainly I know that some of the players here were so gutted at their loss last year to India in the shootout. They are determined that they're going to be playing in the final this time around. But I think there's quite a few determined teams this time. Well, that was, again, a very physical challenge, top of the circle. Hewson managed to stay on his feet. So now Roberts-Campbell with the free hit goes infield to Henderson. Henderson pings it down the middle. Lovely touch and trying to help it forward. Good defence again inside the circle. And they've turned it over again. And off the pads of the keeper it goes. But a good shot on the run from Henderson. Long corner taken quickly by Nathan Zinner. Zinner helps it down the line. Gets the ball back. And nothing doing there. So Australia look as if they're not going to keep up their goal a quarter. Great Britain having defended valiantly and in fact done probably more attacking in this quarter. That's a great pass out wide coming to Harry Stone. Stone tries to go infield. A lovely tackle though by Campbell Geddes. Zinner plays on quickly, but too quickly. Matheson wanted to get on the end of the pass, but it was just too fast for him. Wiltshire again. Goes out wide onto the left-hand side. Great Britain need to move it quickly. Good intercept, this time coming from Angus Adamson. Adamson leaves it. Downey flicks it forward. And Wiltshire gets the decision. Final chance for Great Britain. Penrose pushes the short pass to Nurse. Gets it back. Finds the foot. Needs to take it really quickly because there's only 8 seconds left. Into the circle it goes. Australia deflected out of the circle. Zinner collects it. Not Zinner, my apologies. It was Cooper Burns. And that is the end of the match. And it is a comprehensive victory for Australia. Goals in the first and second quarter from Brodie Foster, set up by Craig Murray and Cooper Burns. Man, it was 2-0 at half-time, and then Dermot Chappell with a really good run and a solo finish made it 3-0 in the third quarter. Once again, we apologise we couldn't bring this game to you live, but somebody tripped over the cables. But we hope that that will be the only mishap we have here. But the final score, Australia 3, Great Britain 0.